Hey guys, welcome to Cognitive Portals. Let's try to solve the puzzles and keys for the first episode of Evershade. The first puzzle requires us to find out the sequence for these inserts to be put into the celestial device to activate it. We've been given the circles that we need to fill and the symbols that we need to fill them with. The device has circles, so we need to thus put 8 symbols to fill these circles to activate the device. And we have to arrange these elements in the right order. And this is the clue. So what we can get from the clue is the first thing that we understand is that we have to start from the dawn of time, which means we have to start at the point where clock strikes 12. That's the dawn of time, or 0, which is at the top. The number 12 or 0 is at the top of the clock. So thus we have to fill the first circle of the celestial device first in this sequence. Then we have to move as time flows. So we have to move clockwise. For the first symbol, we have to begin where the heavens shine the infinite expanse. So of the symbols that we have been given, the one that fits this description is a star. So we have to put the star in the first circle. Then for the next line of the clue, we have circle through the lanterns of night and day. So from the symbols, the lanterns of night and day are moon and the sun. So the moon, and then the next circle will be filled by the sun. So we have the second and the third one as well. Now moving on to the fourth one, we have to move to the rings of ancient might. So of these symbols, only Saturn here has the rings of ancient might. So the fourth circle will be filled by Saturn. Then the fifth circle, the clue for the fifth circle is past the trio that whispers of sparkly cosmic tales. So trio is something that is important in this clue. Sparkly tales is stars. So the 3-star constellation is the answer for this circle. Then the next one, the sixth one, is towards the spiraling dances of distant realms. So spiral is the answer from the symbols. So we will put the spiral in the next circle. Then in the 7th one, we have to the one which has woven fabric of cosmos. So woven fabric of cosmos is the galaxy. So we'll put the galaxy one in the next circle. Then the last one is asks us to end upon the tail of the shooting celestial wanderer, which is a comet or a meteor. So this is the one that will fill the last circle. So the solution will should follow this sequence, and this is the solution. Then let's go to the next puzzle. For the next puzzle, we figured out the key. This was the key. Now using this key, we will be solving the coordinates for this puzzle. So we can use the example of the library coordinates, which we already solved in the video, to solve the coordinates for the next location. So we will try to understand how we figured out this, the coordinates for the library first. So the format that we have followed for the coordinates is the degree, minutes and seconds coordinate format. For example, the DMS latitude of New York City is just the latitude, not the longitude, is this. So we have a degree, minute and second format with the direction. This is the format for the coordinates for this puzzle. How did we solve this? So each symbol, this symbol for instance, from the key we can decode this as 29. So let's find out this symbol in the key. This symbol in the key is right here, if you can see at the bottom, and it is 29. So that's for this coordinate. There are some coordinates, some symbols which are decoys. So we have to identify those as well. In the key we've already marked those decoys, so these are crossed out, and you will not find any number or direction or symbol corresponding to these decoys. So these decoys are marked in red. So we will skip the decoy, we move on to the next one, this one. We find out what this means from the key again, and this symbol is right here. It means degree. So then the next, after 29 we have degree. So that's how we have identified the decoys and solved the rest of the symbols. We have to follow this same process for the coordinates for the second puzzle. These are the coordinates for the second puzzle. We have to solve these ones. This is a two-step puzzle. The clue for the puzzle is, remember the gateway to secret is buried under weights of history. So weights is something that we have to identify. The weights are determined by the time of its loss, and the gateway will become visible once the weight is shifted and time reversed. So this is the clue. What can we first, let's try to organize the symbols so that we understand how we have to follow this. This is a as we mentioned in the file provided with the first video, this is a Caesar substitution puzzle. So in the first step we have to decode the symbols, and the next step we have to do a substitution. So in order to make the decoding easier, we have given you this table, what each symbol means, so that it becomes easier to do the first stage. This is for the directions. This is for the degree, minute, second symbol. And then these are for the numbers. You can use this table to do the first stage decoding. For the second stage, we have to remember, we have to identify the weights, which are determined by the time of its loss, and the weight has to be shifted and time reversed. So what do we get from this? Let us do the first stage first decoding of the symbols, like we did for the library symbols. This is how we have decoded the symbols. For instance, this symbol refers to 57. This is the symbol and it is 57. So you can follow the same process for the rest of the symbols as well. So we have done this for the latitude and longitude both. That's the first stage done, first decoding done. We've also highlighted the decoys in red to make it easier, and we've also provided the symbols without the decoys. Next, moving to the second step, the first clue we have is that we have to identify the weights. But the clue also says that the weights are determined by the time of its loss. So weights is equal to the time of its loss, time of the loss of Evershade. The next line says the gateway will become visible once the weight is shifted. So we have to shift the weights, shift the numbers. Substitution, in a Caesar substitution puzzle, you have to shift the numbers by the weight. And how do we have to shift it? It has to be reversed, time reversed. So now to determine the time of the loss, the video has already told us that Evershade vanished 200 dawns of New Year before the turn of this century. So 200 dawns of New Year before the turn of this century. When did this century turn? This century turned in 2000. So if we go 200 years before the turn of this century, we get 1800. Adding the numbers in this, we get the total is 9. So 9 is the weight. 9 is therefore the number that we have to substitute by. So let's start this substitution then. This is the process of the substitution. This is the first one we will try to substitute. So 57. 57 is the first one. 57 is right here. We have to go back by 9 because 9 is the weight. So we go back 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We arrive at 8. So 57 is equal to 8. For the symbols, the degree, minute, second symbol, the first one is this one. So we have to go back by 9 again. So moving back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we arrive at degree. So this one is equal to degree. And like that we can do for the other digits. Let me show you for one more digit. For 0, we go back again by 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. We arrive at 10. So that's 10. And similarly you can do for the rest of the numbers and the symbols. For the direction, for substituting south, we go back by 9 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So we arrive at north. The final code after substitution, the final coordinates are these ones. This. So that's the solution. We hope you enjoyed and we hope you will continue in this journey.